Hey guys, Trent here coming at you with another video. So I've had people ask me from time to time about how I do my photo processing, setup, whatever you want to call it. So we'll take a look at it. So if you're new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Trent. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay. I do it for fun and profit, and I take you along for the journey. So please hit that subscribe button for more great videos in the future. Yeah, my photos, when I first started out in 2012 selling on eBay, I used to just have a blanket that I would throw on the ground, and at the time I was selling a lot of jeans. Once I got through my Magic the Gathering cards, which is how I started my eBay business, I would buy a bunch of jeans from the thrift store. Men's jeans is what I got into, and I would lay them out on the blanket and snap photos with them with a camera, old school camera with a flash. Because at that time I really wasn't into smartphones and didn't have a smartphone that was quality enough to like today. Today, realistically, your smartphone is going to be your probably all you'll ever need for eBay photos. So yeah, I've progressed a little bit over the years, but based on the type of items that I sell, I don't feel like I really need to invest too strongly in my photo setup, quality, whatever you want to call it. But I will show you my photo setup. Alright, so nowadays, this is where I do my photoing. So first off, I'll say lighting, and just having enough light is important. So what I did, not only for eBay, but for YouTube as well, I went and I invested in, it was like 30, maybe 40 bucks. I got these LED lights that you can connect together. You can chain them together. So they came in a big box of like, how many bulbs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have the 6th one I never used tucked away over here. And the particular set I bought came with 2 different switch units. So I have, I was able to make 2 individual sets of lights, chaining them together. So light set number 1 goes around this way, kind of lights my whole area when I make my eBay YouTube videos. And then light switch number 2 just has 1 light on it right here. And then I was thinking I wanted to chain 1 more light together, so I went and just bought individually 1 other light switch, and that's for this 3rd light right here. So over the eBay photo area, we got 1 light at least. And these lights, these are LED shop lights is basically the way I would describe them. You can find them on eBay or Amazon. 30-40 bucks, that's going to provide a lot of lighting, and that's probably a really good economy way to produce your lighting, because this color light, it's like this pure white light. It doesn't create this like yellowish stuff. Also, over the years, I bought this photography lighting setup. Not with this bulb. I bought this bulb separately. I just recently got this. I was trying it out. I don't like it. It seems like it produces, seems like the kind of light it produces makes like more of a shadowy effect. And I don't want that. So without the light, it still looks pretty good. It's not quite as bright, of course. The only issue is, since the light is directly overhead, it will cast a shadow if I photograph directly above it. So if I'm photoing items, then I just kind of come in at this side approach and make sure I'm not over the light casting a shadow. But the image clarity is really good, just with these regular lights, no special lighting other than that. So getting one of these side lights and everything, and LED lights for the side, you can do that, but I feel like I don't need it. So if you don't have anything, my number 1 recommendation would be one of these lighting sets. About 40 bucks, you can get a set of, and chain as big of a lighting setup as you want together, and they work really good. Then another part of that photography kit that I got back in the day on Amazon or wherever I got it, I can't remember, was just these backdrops. This is just a white backdrop. So I choose these days just to use my trusty old table here and put the items out like this, regular hard good items, photograph them like that to where once the image is cropped, you can only see table, item, and backdrop of white. So other accessories I have, back when I first started selling on eBay, I bought these mannequins for about 30 bucks for the set. I got a male and a female one, and so if I want to do a shirt, you know, I can. When I listed all those shirts recently, I use that. And whenever you're photographing on a mannequin, then of course the shadow is not an issue, so you can sit here and take your photos and it's no problem. If I'm really lazy, I got some hangers right here. I can just hang the shirt there on the white backdrop if I wanted to. So for my camera these days, it's just my phone. I have a Samsung Galaxy S7, I think it is, which I know is pretty old at this point, but it takes just as good of photos as I would ever need. So if you have a Samsung or an iPhone of, you know, S7 year or newer, I would say you've got premier quality photo potential. You know, I don't think that, you know, the camera situation is really not a thing these days. I'm sure there are some eBayers that use a professional camera and stuff like that, but I don't think it's necessary. Your camera phone is pretty much that. So for me, photographing items, you know, just regular items, I just place it in the area. I be mindful of the shadow. I get like one main shot of everything, and then I'll go in on each individual piece of the lot, you know, however many photos it takes. If I wanted to, then of course, you know, maybe do the other side, you know, rinse and repeat. You know, it doesn't hurt to upload, you know, 6-7 photos per listing for easy photos like that. If it were a piece of clothing, I'll get like a front shot, then I'll get a zoom in on the graphic, then I might do like a side profile of the shirt, maybe the other side profile, then the back, and then before I'm done, I'll take a photo of the tag. So yeah, my side lighting to try to prevent casting of a shadow so far didn't work. I actually bought 2 of these bulbs. The second one, I accidentally broke it on the way out of the box. It was my fault. I had a second one, and I put it actually on that thing, and then I twisted it a little too hard and it broke right away. So I didn't even get to really test out my these LED lights. In theory, they seemed like they were going to be a good deal. You know, like have one on each side to get that light coming in from the side and on the top. But ultimately, as long as I just be mindful of the shadow, I really have no issues with the setup. Just those LED lights overhead are more than enough. So I will actually take some photos of these Cush rackets that I just got from the thrift store, and I'll make a listing of them, and then we'll look at how the listing looks and see if that's something that would be good enough for you. So I'll be mindful of considering we're trying to get like a perfect square whenever it comes to eBay photos. So because of that, maybe straight up and down on the Cush rackets might be the way to take up the best amount of space here. And so at this angle, the shadow is only down here out of my photograph area. So I've got a really nice image. So now maybe I'll do some individual shots. All right, and I'll call that good. In a situation where I've got a lot of like items and I just want to get a big stack of photos where I can list a bunch of items at once, like those shirts, I'll set up for one particular type of item, right? So if I had, like when I had those 30, 40 Harley Davidson shirts, I get the mannequin out, set it up, and I do all those shirts, all the photos at once to where I get it all knocked out. So whenever you're dealing with a bunch of little individual stuff, then I just do it one at a time, you know, figure out how I'm gonna do it and improvise on every single particular item. The biggest key to eBay work and photography success is to have a old school JVC extended super bass boombox CD player, so you can blast death metal and other kind of crazy music. Keep in mind, you gotta maintain extreme discipline not to constantly be distracted by your toy collection whenever you're trying to focus on photographing, you know, for eBay. But, you know, man, it's hard. I just want to stop and look at the toys. Alright, I'm going to list those Cush paddles. Those Cush paddles, the ones I got, that's a great item. Be on the lookout for those. Vintage Cush paddles. Let me go to my pictures. I do the things old school. You don't have to, you can do it from your phone, but I've just always done it this way. I take a bunch of photos and then I upload them to my computer. So that's how I do it. But so I do a little cropping. Alright, so I cropped all my photos. Here's how they look. So that's how I do it. You know, when you sell hard goods, I think I've got good enough quality of my photos to be able to represent the items well. So that's how I do it, with just those LED lights and a table and then a white backdrop. If I wanted to, I could put the white backdrop down, you know, and make it an all white if I wanted to. I used to do that, but more or less I kind of just like having the convenience of the tabletop that you can wipe down and you're not getting your sheet dirty and all that stuff. But I will take this topic as an opportunity to give a little shout out to another YouTuber that I noticed has, I think has some good pictures, picture quality. It's Old School Flips. You guys might have seen this guy, Old School Flips. He used to call himself Uncle B's Old School Flips. So we'll look at his store real quick. He's got good content. I like his garage and everything. But if you wanted that all white background, he definitely has that down, you know. Really bright all white background. Looks pretty good for those small figures. Where's another example? Let's look at this hat. Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed with his photo quality for sure. So there's another person you could take an example of if you wanted to. Uncle B's Old School Flips, or Old School Flips. There's his well, anyways, I'll leave his YouTube channel in the description box. I know he has some videos where he shows his eBay setup and stuff like that, so you can pick his brain. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know about any interesting eBay tips, tricks, finds, or leave a comment down in the comment section to say hi. Always appreciate it. Ideas for videos are great down in the comment section. Or if you ever see an item that you like that I show you, check out my eBay store, and if it hasn't been listed, I'll get it listed up for you. So leave me a comment in regards to that too. So hope you enjoyed it again, and have a good one.